Embuza ani akulembere eggwanga lino.
So guys, if you have a girl who cannot fight for you like this one, the police together with UPDF guys came and just arrested. Recently, the streets of Kampala been taken over by. So I was in town yesterday. I feel like you've been hit with a 50-kilogram brick.
Now, as insecurity increases in Kampala and its suburbs where the gangs seem to have taken over from police, Ugandans have been urged to increase vigilance while traveling. Kampala has increasingly become a hotbed for criminal gangs with many dark spots around the city where these gangs operate, all in the watch of police. Ugandans and their leaders are wondering whether they are on their own. However, police say it is still in charge and have intensified operations even as the public cries. Kampala, the capital of Uganda, is host to over 6 million people who work in the city during the day and later vacate the city in the evening, but majority are not sure of their security. Kampala and its suburbs have become a hotbed of organized gangs and robbers that mostly operate in the evening, tracking those returning home to rob them of their property and money. Let's take a look.
Recently, the streets of Kampala have been taken over by gangs. These are, I think it's organized. Sometimes they come in numbers and they overwhelm you from all directions. Then they take off with your bag and possessions. And some of them are actually skilled taekwondo. The guy just stops and kicks you. Just feel like you've been hit with a 50-kilogram brick, but in actual it's just a kick. I promised to share my experience. One time I was in Kampala and somehow I said, let me let it go. But I just saw this tweet on one of the forums and I'm going to read. A person wrote, I'm sure she's a lady, if you read further, said, admin, please hide my ID. So I was in town yesterday at 3 p.m. buying a few things with my boyfriend around Ham Shopping Grounds. Now, Ham Shopping Grounds is actually the biggest shopping mall we have in Uganda. And if you don't know your way around, you can get lost. So she continued. The police together with UPDF guys came and just arrested him. So she was with her boyfriend moving around town shopping, and all of a sudden guys in the patrol, police, UPDF guys in the army uniform just came, ambushed them and arrested. And that's pretty similar to what happened to me. But before I narrate mine, let me finish her tweet. I tried to ask them where I tried to ask them where they were taking him and for what reason. Now, this girl is really bold enough. She confronted the security person and asked them, hey guys, where are you taking my boyfriend? Some girls I know would just take off. Guys pushed her and she nearly hit her head on the ground. Admin, I told them they're not going to take him anywhere because at that time I was fuming. So guys, if you have a girl who cannot fight for you like this one, may God have mercy on you. Then finally, they let him be after asking for money and all the sins that he caused. So they had caused a lot of commotion. Then they let the guy and they said, please give us some money. Mind you, they had no names on their uniforms. The car had no plate, number plates for identification. So she was asking, I wonder what kind of criminals could this be? So how can we fix this as a country? She concluded that way. Now, I was walking one time from Nasa, Nkrumah Road, crossing through Market Street, and then the moment I started moving, I got out of the arcade, Freedom. There's a building on Nkrumah Road coming towards Nasa, it's called Freedom. So the moment I got out, I saw these guys, 3 gentlemen, very smart, distinguished gentlemen, smart, but a bit built in their suits, and they were following me. So, but if you're in town, it can't really hit you that guys are following me. I think everyone is minding their own business. So I continued to pass through Hardware City, then crossed over to Nakasa because I was going to Market Street. But when I reached around, guys, if you know Tourist Hotel, that building Tourist Hotel, there's a roundabout as you are exiting Nakasa towards Market Street. So there's a roundabout there. In the middle of the city, guys, I'm telling you, at 2 p.m., lunch time. So these 3 guys who were coming behind me closed on me, and then there were 2 other guys in suits also. They were coming towards me. Before I knew it, guys had grabbed me. Jake, guys, you know how they grab a thief here? Mostly that's how they arrest people in Uganda. The guy just grabs you and you can't actually walk. So they grab you here and they drag you to police. So that's exactly what happened to me. Guys just grabbed me. And I was in shock. I couldn't reason, I couldn't think, and a lot of things were racing in my mind. I was like, what's happening here? Then eventually I gained my composure. So I was holding an envelope. And a guy, a big A4, if you know paper size of this A4 envelopes, it's like a normal. Let me show you a paper here. So I was holding an envelope this big, and it had few documents, class documents, which I was going to, actually there were certificates that I was going to do to frame. So guys just came, held me like a thief. Then when I gained my composure, I asked them, sir, what's wrong with you guys? And they told me, we are coming from the financial intelligence, blah, 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 blah. I know there's an organization, I think there is a department in the Ministry of Finance that follows up money laundering, but I never paid attention to it. Then guys tried to identify themselves and say, we are looking for a certain document that was stolen from State House. I'm like, okay guys, you tell me, go slow, though I'm speaking so fast. I told them, please, let's slow down. Meanwhile, they were still holding me, and there was a scene. People were gathering around, wondering what had happened to, what's going on. And then I asked them, please guys, slow down. What documents are you looking for? And they told me, please open the envelope, we want to see. I told them, no, I'm not opening the envelope. You tell me what document you're looking for. Then when each minute I was gaining boldness, sense was coming back into me, the shock was disappearing. Then I asked them, since you guys work with you said you're coming from some financial intelligence, blah, blah, blah. Let me ask, if I'm to ask you, do you know the person you are arresting? Then they kept quiet. And I said, yeah, you cannot just arrest a stranger. That means you're tipped off that I'm actually in possession of certain sensitive documents that you got sneaked out of anywhere, your State House, blah, blah, you're talking about. And then they insisted. I said, no. Let us see, and we'll let you go. I told them, no, you're not touching any of these documents. You're not touching any of the documents, and I'm not opening this envelope because these are confidential documents to my class, so you're not opening them. So we continued, and I asked them for identification. You know what? In their stupidity, what identification they pulled out? They pulled out their national IDs. And they couldn't even let me read, so they just flashed them. And I saw there were national IDs. And I told them, you guys, you're not stupid. Every Ugandan here has a national ID. I also have a national ID. So, release me now. Then when they saw that I was actually growing in boldness, they let me go. So I'm just here to tell you, then when I reached where I was going, I narrated the story to the guy I was going to see. And he told me this is a common occurrence. It happens so often that these are conmen working together with police in downtown, those police stations downtown. These guys come actually grab you, drop you at the police. And when they drop you at the police, you know what? You're going to have faked up charges. They'll bring charges that are actually people can resonate with. And before you get out, you have to pay money for you to get out. So they trumped up charges on you and they arrest you. And this guy told him that actually one time he was walking and these guys picked a gentleman from a shop, dragged him and threw him in the police. And the guy had to pay to get out. So when I was watching traders that had gone to meet Mr. Museveni, these traders asked,
Nembuuza ani akulembera eggwanga lino.
So the truth is Kampala is divided into so many areas where gangs operate. And police issued an advisory advising people these are black spots. So that means gangs have taken over the streets. So I'm here to tell you, if you were walking on the streets, be aware of your surroundings. Be aware that a gang may come and hold you by collar or hold you by your trouser. So just be aware. And in case that thing happens, please scream. Don't be afraid to scream. Scream, and people who are concerned will come to help you. Unfortunately, my case, no one even attempted to help me. Guys were just looking back. And if guys had filmed and had been thrown into jail, people would have thought I was actually a thief. Yet I was not. These are guns that are operating in the streets. So I will end by advising fellow Ugandans, and if you're watching this, please be careful. Be aware of your surroundings. We not safe. These are gangs from the information that is all over social media. These are gangs that actually work with some elements in police to steal from you. So be very careful when you are walking on the streets. And also, don't carry suspicious, because what these guys think when they see you with an envelope, these days people actually carry money in envelopes. So when they see you with an envelope, their first instinct is that envelope must contain money. These other things were from financial intelligence, blah, blah, blah. We work with State House are just excuses to have a hand on that envelope. So please stop carrying money in the envelopes. Stop. Or any documents, sensitive documents you have, because if you are not lucky enough or you're not bold enough, these guys may go away with your documents and they run off. In case people are screaming and maybe the real police, which is not corrupt, decide to close down on them, they run with your envelope. So be aware, if you have envelope and documents, carry it at least in your bag and move. When you're moving, please avoid. You know, there are some spaces in buildings which are tight and normally don't move a lot of people. Please avoid dark spots if you are walking in Kampala. At least make sure you're walking on the street that has people that can come and rescue you. If possible, walk around border streets that have a lot of border guys. Because on record, it's border guys that will come out swiftly to intervene in case you find yourself in such a situation. So if you watch to the end, please, thank you for watching. Just take this moment, if you can, and subscribe. But the subscribe is not enough. Please also share and also comment. What's your experience? Have you guys been in a situation like I found myself into? Okay, thank you guys. Let's interact in the chat. Bye. See you.